Hey yo, if you ain't up on my bro Young Tef from Chosen Few Gang, you don't know LAZ, man. You heard? You don't know about the 10, 12 blazes we got together, videos we got together. Put in St. Laz Young Tef, you feel me? Go on Instagram, follow my bro Tef. He a monster, you heard? On that mic. And he rep that jersey. Get at him.
Hey yo, LAZ, man, make sure y'all join my new video game channel, Brooklyn Arcade, where I'm playing crack era games only. You heard? 80s, early 90s games only. You heard? It's ugly in the building. I'm playing all type of classics you ain't see, and I got the arcade versions, not the cheap home versions of a lot of games. You heard? So you need to check that. Story of Pottersfield, trip to Miami, police was going, you'll hear about it. Listen to the story. There's nobody out here but us and the trees. He like, if you was to disappear out here, nobody would even know. Then it dawned on me, wasn't pulling us over to arrest us. This is ready to body us. It's not a myth. 6.5 Avenue is an actual place. I'm gonna talk about my bro Wooden Soldier, right? Now Wooden Soldier, we met Wooden Soldier through OZ. OZ got his name because we used to be in the hood, no money, nothing to smoke, stressed out, like damn, we don't got no dank, son, word to mother. And this dude would always pop up with an ounce of weed out of nowhere. Yo, what up, who wanna smoke? Holding an ounce of weed in his hand all the time. He did that. So we said, yo, we gonna start just calling you OZ, my nigga. No, I said, yo, first we was like, yo, we gonna start calling you Ounce, nigga. OZ for short, you heard? So we started calling that nigga OZ. OZ brought the nigga Soldier around. At first, we ain't no Soldier from a can of paint. We was rapping. We wasn't looking for no more rappers. He was bringing the nigga Soldier around like, yo, this is my cousin. He spit his head off, you feel me? And son used to come around spitting, and he spit so much that niggas started saying, all right, man, this nigga is team, man. Because he started getting better and better. And he would come around and he'll just break out in bars, start spitting crazy bars. We'd be like, yo, this nigga just won't quit, like. And then them bars started getting crazy. And we said, yo, this nigga kind of spit, like, we gonna have to make this nigga yeem. You heard? So we end up making the nigga Wooden Soldier team. You feel what I'm saying? Now his name, Wooden Soldier, son name was Woody. How he started getting called Wooden Soldier is because, you know, I'm just a silly dude with the slang. So if a dude got a name and his name is Daryl, I might call the nigga, my nigga Daryl Strawberry. What's poppin', my nigga? You feel me? I just do that with everybody name. You heard? So Woody, the only thing I could think of at the time was March of the Wooden Soldier. So I start calling that nigga, my nigga Wooden Soldier. What's poppin'? You heard? And that shit just stuck and we started calling that nigga Wooden Soldier. You heard? So boom, son ended up becoming one of the most purest, you know, realest niggas in the team. You feel what I'm saying? And it's crazy because the concept of the movie, March of the Wooden Soldiers, it kind of fits his name perfectly because, you know, son is a real spiritual nigga, man. And he the type of friend that he ain't gonna let you down if he your friend. You feel what I'm saying? Like the Wooden Soldiers didn't let the people down when it was time for war. You feel what I'm saying? He that type of dude. So boom. So, you know, we was smoking heavy weed, you feel what I'm saying? Spitting heavy bars all the time. Just doing this rap shit, my nigga. We doing this rap shit. We chilling, man. We staying out of shit. We ain't trying to get into no real trouble. You feel what I'm saying? We just trying to do music, you feel me? So one day, you know, my daughter's mother, my 14-year-old's mother, she told me, yo, look, my best friend is about to get married. I gotta go down to her wedding. You need to come along with me and we make it a whole vacation. So I said, listen, I don't fly. I don't do those birds in the sky. I don't mess with them. She like, well, if you could get a car to drive down there, we could drive down there. So I'm like, I'm gonna see what I could do. So at the time, one of my other chicks, she had a vehicle, you feel me? So I told her, yo, I need to hold that vehicle, man. We going down south. So she let me hold a vehicle, which at the time was a was what was it again? I think it was a Ford Focus. That's what it was. Little ass Ford Focus, right? So she let me hold the vehicle. We like, yo, we got to get downtown. We got to get to Miami, really to Fort Lauderdale. Like my daughter's mother had family in Fort Lauderdale that wasn't going to be there for a couple of months, so they was going to let us stay in the crib. You feel what I'm saying? So we ain't had to pay for no hotels, no nothing. We just had to get to the crib in Fort Lauderdale. Know what I mean? So none of us don't got no license. The only dude with the license was Soldier. So Soldier like, yo, listen, man, you want to go down there? We go down there, man. I see you ready to drive? How far is that shit? At this time, bro, we ain't had no GPS. It wasn't none of that shit, bro. It was MapQuest. And MapQuest, bro, I don't know what we was doing in this country before GPSs came out on phones and all of that, because, bro, MapQuest was the worst. You had to print that shit out, staple that shit together, take a whole stack of paper with you, and hope you make it to your destination. I don't know how people was traveling on the planet Earth in the United States with cars without no form of GPS for decades and decades. You feel what I'm saying? That's crazy, because I get lost with the GPS. So imagine with nothing. But we MapQuested, like, all right, boom. Now Soldier, son done been around down south. I don't know down south like that. So son like, yo, I know how to get there. Know what I mean? Straight down motherfucking 9-5, know what I mean? Whatever, we'll get to Florida. So we like, all right, boom, we bounce. Now, it's me, him, my nigga Sid, NY Sid that I told you about, and my baby moms. Now we all young. And we all like real family. Like, you know what I mean? My baby mother, my niggas, we all family. Like, you know what I mean? We be around each other all the time. We all was happy that we was taking a motherfucking road trip. And you know what I mean? Sid was coming along for the ride. Soldier was the license. You know what I mean? And me and my baby moms. You feel what I'm saying? So, boom. We pack up and we get on the road and we head out there, my nigga. We start trying to drive. Now, when I drive places, I like to make very minimal stops. I like to get to where I'm going and just get there. But this drive was so long to Florida, bro. And then we going on Labor Day weekend or whatever, Memorial Day weekend. But we not going like the average person goes for Memorial Day festivities and shit. We going for the wedding. So we not into all of that other shit. You feel me? So everybody is driving down south. You know, at this time, mad New Yorkers is on the road trying to get to Miami Beach. So while we driving on the road, niggas is pulling up on the side of us, throwing gang signs. Yo, fuck New York. Fuck y'all New York niggas. Word to everything I love. Every city and state we passed, it was niggas grilling us, honking their horn, throwing up the middle finger, throwing gang signs at us. I'm like, yo, it's really real. Like, niggas really hate New Yorkers on that I-95 South. You feel what I'm saying? It was crazy. So, it started getting late. The first day we drove, I'm like, man, listen, we still a half a day away. I said, fuck that. We going to a hotel. We ain't trying to drive no more. We had pulled into a wrong block. Like, we made a wrong turn or some shit. And we pulled into a block, nigga. That shit was so pitch dark. I was like, nah, we got to go to a hotel, my nigga. Niggas ain't gonna lynch and kill me out here. You heard? I don't know where we was at. Georgia. We was somewhere. I said, nah, bro, let's get our asses in a hotel. So we went to one of them little bullshit hotels that be dumb cheap, motels. We went up in there, we rolled up some herb. We was so annoyed when we was driving, like we was on our jail shit, like niggas had shit cheap. I might have even had some shit boofed. Cause I was scared to death. I'm like, nigga, I'm not getting nabbed up down south with no weed. So I had that shit. Oh, matter of fact, we had shit cheeked. And then I had a stash in the car that was kind of impossible to find. You feel what I'm saying? So we was doing it like that. So we was thirsty to smoke. We was trying to smoke in the car as fast as we can and get rid of the evidence in the smoke so we don't get pulled over. You know what I'm saying? 3 black motherfuckers and a Puerto Rican motherfucker in the car. You know, that wasn't looking good. So we go to the hotel. We burn it down for the night. You understand what I'm saying? We burn it down for the night. We get some motherfucking sleep. We get a couple of rooms or whatever. We get some motherfucking sleep. Next day, we back on the road. You feel what I'm saying? And if I'm not mistaken, we ain't even make it all the way there on the second day. Because we kept stopping and eating and smoking and bullshitting. You know, it ended up being a whole 2.5-day trip before we actually pulled up in Miami, Florida. You feel what I'm saying? When we got there, we was like, yes, finally made it, man. We went to the motherfucking crib in Fort Lauderdale. Shit was laid out for us. Nice little apartment, little bedroom, living room. You understand what I'm saying? Man, listen, we was tired from that road trip. Niggas got comfy, my nigga. Niggas got real comfy. You heard? We went to Publix. We didn't know what the fuck Publix was. We went to Publix. We got a bunch of motherfucking groceries. We came back to the crib. We started fricasseeing shit up. You understand what I'm saying? Next day, nigga, it was time to explore. We 3 deep. My baby moms went to her best friend's crib to start preparing for the wedding and the parties and whatever the fuck they was doing for the wedding. You understand what I'm saying? We like, yo, we going exploring around Miami. So man, we hit Miami Beach Strip. We hit that shit for the first time. We like, shit was different. First of all, we got there at nighttime. I think the first time we went there was nighttime. Nigga, that shit was different, nigga. Niggas was on the beach smoking crack. You heard? Niggas was on the beach fighting, all type of shit. Like, we like, yo, I thought Miami Beach was laid back. Nah, not at nighttime, my nigga. Nighttime, that shit be having all type of fiends out there. You heard? Niggas be out there, be mad dark. You can't see shit. Those sands is so white out that motherfucker. At nighttime, that shit be looking scary. I'ma keep it real. But we hung out on Miami Beach Strip, but we couldn't believe how hood that shit was. We like, nigga, this shit hood. Like, you heard? You know, every hotel, every restaurant be packed around Memorial Day. Niggas be out there, be 10,000 New York niggas from all over, bro. So check it. I forgot to mention, being that we was going out there, we was on our music grind heavy. We loaded up. I had the CD burning machine in my crib. We had CD burners early. So boom, I had the CD burners in my crib. Before we left, I was fucking with the nigga WAP. We was putting out mad D-Block mixtapes and all type of wild mixtapes. We loaded up a whole trunk load full of mixtapes. Where we was fucking with my nigga Strong. That's how Strong is a whole nother story. We was fucking with my nigga Strong from LA and Boston, you feel me? And we was pressing up mad units. So we had mad units and mad mixtapes, and the hustle was at those days, we would make fake mixtapes up. Like we would pretend to be a DJ such and such. Nigga don't even exist. We'll just be like DJ such and such. And we'll steal songs from all over for other niggas mixtapes. We would take songs off of other niggas mixtapes, make our own playlist, put our own music on that playlist, put a crazy ass cover on that shit, and be like DJ such and such, and just put that shit into the streets, my nigga. And niggas will think that shit is a real mixtape. And he's like, yo, Laz, I saw you got 2 joints on this new mixtape that's out. Oh, word, I gotta check that. Yeah, nigga, I put myself on that shit and put it in the streets. That's how we was getting down. Me, Strong, you understand what I'm saying? The nigga WAP, we was doing shit like that, but we was doing shit like, we was doing official shit too, because we was fucking with DJ Radio. Nigga was fucking with DJ Radio. So we was doing official shit too, but we had all type of mixtapes. So we pressed up. We went out there with, like, I don't want to exaggerate, but I think we went out there with at least 400 mixtapes, because a box of mixtapes holds 200 mixtapes. So the same box that the 200 cases come in, after you burn them shits, it'd be a 200 pack. So we went out there with 200 packs, 400 mixtapes, maybe more. I just don't want to exaggerate, but I'm gonna say we went out there with 400 joints. I'm gonna say we went out there with 400 joints, right? So we went out there, we said, yo, we gonna get some of these mixtapes off, but we didn't go out there just to sell mixtapes. We just knew better than to go out to Miami without music. And we really was going out there to give them shits to people and spread our music around. But we didn't know in Miami at this time, this had to be like This is early 2000s. This is early 2000s. So at this time, mixtapes was a heavy commodity everywhere else except for New York. New York, the market was so saturated with mixtapes that, you know, the feds ended up running down on that shit, shutting down the whole Canal Street with the mixtape market, because niggas was actually getting millions of dollars off of mixtapes. So they shut that shit down in New York. But in other places, mixtapes was a heavy commodity. You feel what I'm saying? So when we was out there on Miami Beach on Memorial Day weekend, niggas came out there with their own little mixtapes and shit, but those mixtapes get old when you just drove from New York all the way to Miami. Your mixtape is old. You tired of listening to that shit. So niggas was out there wanting other mixtapes. So once we found out, we parked up on Miami Beach Strip and popped the trunk open, and niggas just started coming over there. Yo, what y'all niggas got? Niggas walking, we like, yo, we got the mixtapes. Niggas like this, yo, what y'all got? We had 3-4 different mixtapes. Niggas was coming over there like, oh, word, give me all 4 of these shits. Niggas was coming over, we was selling them shits 5 cash, nigga. Niggas was coming over there, copping 4 of them shits. Yo, let me get all 4 of these right here. Yo, I get 5 for 20. Go ahead, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. Niggas was just killing these niggas. Son, the first box of them shits was gone quick. You heard? We like, damn, son, we played ourselves coming out here with only 2 fucking boxes, my nigga. We should have filled the whole trunk up with these shits. You feel what I'm saying? Son, we had 2 bullshit boxes. That first box, we got that whole shit off on Miami Beach Strip. Niggas was coming over there. Yo, y'all niggas still the next day. Yo, y'all got more mixtape. Yo, we got the same joint, son. Niggas like, damn. I'm like, we was mad. We was like, son, we should have came out here with a variety of 10 tapes and packed the whole trunk. We would have got cakey. But we was selling them shits $5. We had about 400 CDs. So we quickly caked up. Like I said, this was early 2000s. We came out there with some money already, a little bit of money. But when we sold them shits, we was like, damn, that first box, we was like, it's a fucking gold mine out here, my nigga. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we had DVDs too. We had DVDs too, if I'm not mistaken. You feel what I'm saying? So boom. Son, we eventually run out of weed, son. We there for a few days. We slinging those tapes. We got a pocket full of money. We don't need shit, but we run out of weed. Now, goddamn, my nigga, you about to run me the fuck over. What the fuck is you doing? Yo, but it's like, yeah. Know what I mean? So we run out of weed. We all the way in fucking Miami. We run out of weed. We in Fort Lauderdale. We don't know nobody, son. Every day we driving from Fort Lauderdale to Miami. And then eventually Miami Beach became, we was tired of it. Be like, this shit's small. Like, what the fuck? It ain't nothing else to do. I'm like, let's go see this Collins shit that everybody talking about. I go to see Collins. That shit's small as a motherfucker, son. I'm like, son, this shit right here, it's good for a week. But then after a week, I'm getting restless, my nigga. I'm ready to go in the hood and see what the fuck is up in the hood. You feel what I'm saying? Son, we bugging out, son. We started going in wild ass Miami hoods looking for weed, nigga. Looking for niggas with weed. You heard? We running around trying to press niggas with mixtapes. Like, yo, we got the mixtape. Boom, boom, we got that D-Block. We got that such and such. Son, we in Miami wild ass hoods. I walked up to one nigga. I was like, yo, I got the... That nigga was like, yo, get the fuck out my face. Nigga had the mad Miami accent. Nigga was like, yo, get the fuck out my face with that bullshit. I don't want none of that bullshit. I was like, damn, I wasn't in...
That's what I thought.
Yo, nigga told that nigga you want to use the sidewalk unless you want to go to the hospital, nigga. Use the motherfucking cross at the crosswalk, nigga. Yo, know what I mean? So like, yeah, so boom. So yeah, man, so we start going on wild ass hoods. One nigga shitted on me, and I really felt like telling that nigga to suck something. But we was in the middle of a Miami hood, 3 New York niggas, and we stupid, son. We got on New York fitted hats, Air Max. I'm gonna find a picture of this shit, how I was looking out there, real ignorant and skinny. You heard? Slim Jim. You heard? That's when I was a Slim Jim. Son, I'm out there with my hat, my do-rag on, with my hat to the side, with the do-rag under it, with the Air Max on. With the Air Max on, with some loud-ass red sweatpants. I forgot what they was. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm just out there looking like a wild New York nigga. Sid looking the same way. Soldier looking the same way. We all looking like three wild New York niggas out of place. And we walking around the hoods in Miami trying to find a nigga who got weed. We bugging the fuck out, my nigga. We driving around, but we bugging the fuck out. That's before First 48 was out. Pork and beans and all of that. Niggas getting murked and all of that. We ain't know nothing about that. We walking around Miami about to get bodied. You heard? So eventually we find a nigga with some weed. Even that was reckless. We calling a nigga. I don't know how we got the number. We calling a nigga. He like, yeah, meet me at McDonald's on such and such route 66. We had to meet this nigga on a highway in a desolate parking lot. I'm like, yo, this nigga gonna book us and murk us. You heard? We met the nigga though. The nigga was official. He was like, what y'all New York boys out here doing, man? Word, y'all ain't got no weed, man. Yo, man, this that shit, man. Here, take this. We hit that nigga. We copped an ounce of that shit for like $1, son. It was something cheap. I don't remember the exact price, but we copped like either an ounce or a half an ounce of that shit for like $1. That's my word, bro. That's my word, nigga. Niggas got that shit, son. Niggas took that shit back to the rib. Niggas took that shit back to the rib in Fort Lauderdale. Niggas sparked that shit up. That shit had niggas twisted. You heard? That shit had niggas twisted. So we made up a motherfucking name, a nickname for that weed, nigga. We started calling that shit Slaw. Cause it was some raw, and that shit had niggas moving slow, son. Niggas ain't want to do nothing, son. Niggas was like, yo, son, go turn the stove off. Niggas like, nah, son, I can't do it, son. I'm slowed out. Straight up, we start calling that shit slaw, my nigga. Niggas like, yo, son, roll that slaw up, son. You heard? We was running out of that shit. We was hitting that nigga back. Yo, you still got that slaw? The same shit you got? All right, we coming. Anytime we needed some more weed, we go to Publix, nigga. We go drive up to Publix and sit up in Publix, in front of Publix with the trunk open, and niggas will just come by. Yo, what y'all got? Y'all from New York? Nigga be like, yo, y'all from New York? Like, yeah. Oh, y'all got them DVDs and the mixtapes? Give me them shits. Niggas was copping DVDs, mixtapes left and right, son. We would sit there for a couple of minutes, make $100 and be out. Yo, we going to get that slaw. Niggas go get that slaw, nigga. We be twisted. We be twisted. That Miami humidity, that shit different, son. I see why niggas in Florida walk around with motherfucking flip-flops and tank tops on all day. I get it, bro. Because when you go out, you might as well stop buying clothes when you live in that motherfucker. That shit be so hot, you put your outfit on as soon as you step out the door, nigga, you dripping. That's it. Your outfit is ruined. It's soaking wet. You might as well just get a tank top and some motherfucking sweats and some flip-flops, my nigga. You might as well not even get fresh. It's too hot. It's too humid. Shit too tropical. After about a week, I was like, son, I can't take this heat no more, son. Nigga waking up 8 in the morning, I'm going to get a Dutch or a Swisher. They had Swishers out there. I said, yo, I'm going to get a Swisher from the store, nigga, Fort Lauderdale. Nigga, I walk outside, nigga. It's 8 in the morning, nigga. It's 100 cash. I'm like, yo, I got to get out of here. I start putting pressure on my baby moms. Yo, let me know when y'all ready to pack it up and go, bro, because this heat, this shit different than New York heat, my nigga. This some tropical different shit. You feel what I'm saying? Shit like the motherfucker, I don't know, that shit like Cuba out there or something. But that shit was hot as a bitch. I couldn't take that shit no more. So yeah, right? So yeah, man. So yeah, we out there and shit, you feel what I'm saying? Now I mean, finally the wedding day come around. Now the wedding day, damn, I just saw a nigga. That nigga look exactly like fucking Larry David. You heard? But it's like, yo, so the wedding day come around, right? So now we supposed to. Now I mean, this broad is with her friend, helping her prepare for her wedding. And she like, yo, now I mean, come make sure y'all here today at this time, dressed and ready to go, right? So we like, all right, bet. We'll be there. You feel what I'm saying? Miami was bugged out, man. It was salamanders and lizards and all type of shit running around the apartment complex. I had to get used to that. You heard? You just coming in your door, you just see a good lizard at the top by your door. Like, lizards just be on the wall and shit. Like in Fort Lauderdale and all of that. Lizards, you come in your apartment building, there'll just be a lizard by your door. You just supposed to ignore it and go into your house. Like, that shit different. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, that wedding day come. We supposed to meet my baby moms and everybody at the wedding, at the place where the wedding is gonna be at and all of that, right? So we like, all right, bet we gonna be there. So we get up bright and early. We get dressed, know what I mean, shower up, get ready to go, get high. We smoke our shit, eat breakfast. We like, all right, we about to head out there. Nigga, we get in the whip, nigga. We get in the whip. We get slawed up. You heard? This is why you can't fuck with that slaw when you got shit to do. We get in the whip, we get slawed up. That's another strand. Shout out to my bro I was talking about. A wise man hit me up the other day and said, Laz, you need your own strand of weed, my nigga. You need your own strand of weed that you need to be slinging. And I said, you know what? You're right. And I'm gonna call that shit Slim Blunt Gang. You heard? So when bugging out. So when I get that paper, get ready for that Slim Blunt Gang strand that I'm gonna come out with. But yeah, this is why you can't be fucking with that slaw. So we get up in the whip and we start heading out. Now the spot was in Miramar, right? The wedding was gonna be in Miramar, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know shit about Florida. We don't know shit about Florida. You know what I mean? All we know how to do is go to Miami every day, and that's like a 30-minute drive or some shit like that. So we get on the road, bro. We don't know how long that shit's supposed to be. I think the ride or whatever, I forgot. It may have been in Miramar or it may have not. You feel me? But I know the ride was supposed to be a couple of hours, right? Matter of fact, it was supposed to be a few hours. Wherever we was coming from, it was supposed to be a few hours drive. You feel me? So we riding, my nigga. We riding. We smoking. We listening to music. We chilling. Nigga, we ride for 2 hours. 2 long hours. Maybe more, my nigga. I wanna say 3. I really wanna say 3. We ride for about, so let's just call it even on a 2.5. We driving for like 2.5 hours, my nigga. I'm like, damn, we ain't get there yet? Like, this is a long ass fucking drive. Like, where we gotta go? Like, I look at the nigga Soldier, he the nigga driving, right? That nigga looking nervous, my nigga. I'm like, now I don't drive. Remember, GPS is not even popping. Niggas ain't got no GPSs on phones. Niggas got flip phones at this time. You heard? So I look over at the nigga Soldier, he driving, nigga looking nervous like this. I said, son, what's up, son? You all right? Like, so I see this nigga, he starts squinting. He driving and squinting and shit. I'm like, yo, son, why you keep squinting like that, son? That nigga like, I said, something wrong, man. Something is wrong. So this nigga, it's me, him, and Sid in the car. We've been driving for like 2.5 hours. Wanna say 3. I wanna say 3. This nigga turns to niggas and says, son, I think I'm driving in the wrong direction. We said, huh? He said, son, I ain't want to say nothing, man, but you know, I think we going north when we supposed to be going south. I said, son, we've been driving for like 2.5 hours. I want to say 3. I said, son, we've been driving for like 2.5 hours, son. He said, I know, son, man, but I ain't noticed it till just now. I seen a sign. I was like, nah, this can't be the right way. I said, I said, son, we drove in the wrong direction for 2.5 hours. I want to say 3. Son, come on, son. He like, yo, son, my fault, I fucked up. I said, this nigga, man, the lost soldier. You heard? We started calling that nigga the lost soldier. We like, son, how you gonna drive us for 2.5 and not say nothing until we 2.5 hours deep, son? Nigga was like, I said, nah, son. My baby mom's calling me, yo, where y'all at? Where y'all at? I'm like, yo, I got some bad news, man. This nigga, the lost soldier, drove us in the wrong direction for hours, my nigga. Now we gotta go back in the right direction and then drive to you. That shit gonna take like 4 hours. It's a wrap. We missing the ceremony. You heard? So we missed the ceremony. Quiet as kept. I'm not a big wedding fan, so I wasn't that disappointed. You feel what I'm saying? But I was mad as a motherfucker that we was driving and had to drive for hours to get back to where we was really supposed to be. That shit had everybody tight. We was like, come on, my nigga, the lost soldier, my nigga. Come on, son. That nigga was tight. And anytime we bring that shit up, that nigga be mad. I'll be like, yo, son, the lost soldier, let's not forget. Let's not forget about that time you drove niggas in the wrong direction for hours, son. But that's my son. I love the nigga. He's an honorable nigga. So check it, right? We end up making it to the spot. We had a great time. You feel what I'm saying? Ate some good food. You understand what I'm saying? Chilled. And then it was time to head back to New York eventually. You feel what I'm saying? So we pack up the car. We ready to go. At this time, I'm ready to go, my nigga. I mean, I'm missing New York. The food game was crazy. I went to to the little city area. I tried to get a slice of pizza. I ate that shit, nigga. That shit tasted like a motherfucking board game. Like that shit was cardboard cut out in a board game. That shit was so terrible. I said, yo, I got to get the fuck up out of here. Nothing against you, Miami. I love you. But that pizza that I had over there by that bus stop, where the train station is at or whatever, that shit was terrible, my nigga.
I should have reached out.
That shit was terrible. You feel what I'm saying? So, I was ready to go, man. So when we packed it up, we on our way, ready to go, right? We on our way. We moving. Now, like I told you, you know, we young and ignorant, my nigga. So, you know, we dressed like savage New Yorkers. We talking like savage New Yorkers. We smoking big blunts all over the place, like we just like it's legal everywhere. You feel me? Like savage New Yorkers. We just being savage New Yorkers, and we're driving back to New York now, coming from down south, right? Pants sagging, do-rags hanging out the back pocket, do-rag strings hanging out the side of the pocket. Know what I mean? Mad baggy 5X shit. You feel what I'm saying? We just was wilding out, my nigga. Early 2000s vibes. So we stopped in Georgia, right? If I'm not mistaken, it was Georgia. We stopped in Georgia on our way home, right? My man, the nigga NY Sid, my nigga Sidavelli, this nigga motherfucking goes up inside of a store, a convenience store. But bro, we are in a redneck back country road, some crazy where they still lynch niggas. You heard? And we bugging. We stop at that shit. This nigga walks up in the store with his pants sagging down, with a do-rag on, with his hat to the side. You heard? Nigga like this. He come up in the store. This nigga like 18 years old. He come up in there mad New Yorked out. He like, yo, hey, yo, y'all got Dutchess in here? Them rednecks was like, niggas ain't say shit. He like, come on, man, y'all don't hear me talking. I ask y'all niggas if y'all got Dutchess up in here, man. Fuck out of here, man. Word up, man. Fuck out of here, man. Nigga walks out the store. He comes in the car. Nah, son, they don't got no Dutchess. But you didn't tell me that you went up in that motherfucker like, hey, yo, y'all niggas got Dutchess? Trapping. You ain't say you went in there like that, my nigga. You just came back and said, I ain't got no Dutchess. You ain't say that you pissed off the whole store off and they was like, who the fuck is this New York motherfucker? Nigga came up in here like this. Hey, yo, y'all niggas got Dutchess up in here? Son, you can't do that, son. We in the back block. We in the motherfucking back block. You heard? Nigga like this. Nigga like this. Hey, yo, y'all niggas got Dutchess? Son, you can't do that, son. We in a redneck back block part of Georgia, like, you feel me? So, son, word to everything I love, son. We get on the road, son. Now, check it. We ran out of money, nigga. We start spending money recklessly, right? And then the CDs was gone. So now the CDs is gone. We ain't got no real money. We trying to smoke. We trying to eat. We trying to run around back and forth to Miami Beach. Money done dried the fuck up. So now we like, yo, we on our way back home. We trying to literally find a Western Union. Cause I had one of my broads, if I'm not mistaken, Western Union me some money so that we got money for the trip home. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, we gotta find a Western Union, nigga. We in West Bubblefuck trying to find a Western Union. Son, we get on the road, son. We take the wrong motherfucking turn, nigga. Down a motherfucking straight wooded area, my nigga. Straight forest, my nigga. No cars, no traffic, straight forest with a street. That's it. Son, we get on that shit, son. I just see police behind us. I say, God damn, the motherfucking boys is behind us. Don't look back. It's all three of us and my baby moms in the car. Son, I'm like, these niggas gonna pull us over. Sure enough, the motherfucking sirens hit. Whoop, 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 whoop. I said, oh, man, we got weed in the car. We in a fucking redneck part of Georgia somewhere. I'm like, oh, man, son, them niggas pulled us over. Son, them niggas pulled us over, son. Them niggas was drug enforcement. They wasn't regular cops. They was drug enforcement. The shit said it on the side of the car. I said, what the fuck? Them niggas thought we was New York niggas moving them things. But what it really was is my man went in that store disrespectfully and them niggas made a phone call to their cousin or something. Like, come teach these New York niggas a lesson. You feel what I'm saying? So them niggas pulled us over, son. Now check it. The nigga pulls us over on a fucking desolate wooden road, son. I mean, a desolate road with nothing but trees, son. And he's like this. He comes up to the car. He was like, I want y'all to step out the car. The nigga made us all step out the car. Nigga say, yo, where you coming from? I said, we coming from Florida, man. We just came from a wedding. He said, I'm gonna need y'all to step out the car. Now, you know all this shit is violation of niggas' constitutional rights and shit. But niggas is nervous because we out of town. So he like, yo, I need y'all to step out the car. So I'm like, should I beef with this nigga or should I just comply? Because we don't really got nothing to hide but a little bit of weed. We ain't got no drugs or no shit like that. So I'm not really that worried. So the nigga has us step out the car, my nigga. Son, the nigga finds a roach. The nigga finds a roach that was under my boot or some shit like that. That was on the mat of the car. And nigga said, what's this right here? I said, huh? He said, what is this right here? Shit was like this. Shit was like half of this size, real talk. He said, what is this? What is this shit? I said, I don't know. I said, I don't know. He said, this is not yours? I said, nah, it ain't mine. I don't know. He said, whose is it? I don't know. It's nobody's. It was like, so, yo, I said, I was walking around the street. I could have stepped on that shit, bought it in the car. I don't know. He said, I don't want to hear that, man. He said, y'all was in here smoking weed. I could smell it. He said, so like, listen now, I'm not noticing that. I'm not really taking notice to where we are at the time. I'm just thinking we pulled over, whatever. Nigga, we in a fucking middle of the woods some motherfucking where, right? So this nigga says, he said, look, let me tell you something. He said, this is not New York City. He said, somebody got to go to jail for this shit. Nigga had a roach this size, my nigga, half of this. Nigga said, somebody got to go to jail for this. So I said, somebody got to go to jail. I said, what you talking about? I said, that's a roach. You understand what I'm saying? He said, yeah, this is not New York. He said, the laws ain't the same as New York. He said, for any type of weed in your car in this state, you could get a year in jail. He said, and somebody is going to have to take, somebody's going to have to take the weight for this right here. So now we all standing there looking at each other. Niggas is quiet. I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking about just going through the system. I'm like, damn, I'm about to go through the system in a rural town in Georgia. What the fuck is going to happen to me? So we all looking at each other. I'm like, this is some bullshit, man. So then the nigga stepped it up a notch. He said, yo, look around you. So I looked around. He said, like, listen, nobody knows you pulled over right now. As he said, look around you. There's nobody out here but us and the trees. He like, if you was to disappear out here, nobody would even know. Then it dawned on me, my nigga. This nigga wasn't pulling us over to arrest us. This nigga was ready to body us, my nigga. On some G shit, my nigga. He really thought we was New York drug dealers passing through his town trying to sell motherfucking whatever we trying to sell. This nigga was like, ain't nothing out here but us and the trees. And he said, look behind you. When I looked behind me, his partner was pulling up. And he said, you see that? You see that car? He said, that's my partner. He's waiting for me to tell him what I want to do out here. You feel what I'm saying? So we just all quiet, my nigga. He's by himself, white nigga. Nigga look like the nigga Flanders from The Simpsons. Look just like that nigga, son. Spitting image of him. You feel me? The nigga like this. Look, the nigga looking at us up and down. He like, after he said that it's nothing but the trees around shit, I just got quiet because I'm like, yo, this nigga could be a murderer. This nigga, I said, yo, in my head, I start thinking like, is this nigga really gonna murder us? Like, I mean, like, how many niggas did they do that to over the course of 100 years? Like, how many niggas got pulled over on this desolate road right here? They waited for us to go down the desolate road. We didn't know no better. We went down the desolate road, niggas pulled us right over, my nigga. Nigga told us ain't nothing out here but us in the trees. If you was to disappear, won't nobody know about it. I said, yo, I decided to start talking. I said, yo, officer, this is all facts, my nigga. This game got us out the situation. I said, yo, this game was serious. I said, either I'm gonna be quiet and wait this shit out and see what plays out, or I'm gonna try to game this nigga and game ourselves out this situation. So the nigga starts throwing pressure on niggas with the roach again. He like, somebody has to claim this and somebody has to go in right now and go in through the system. So who's it gonna be? We like this. The nigga soldier like, take me, man. Take me. Let my mans go. So I said, son, don't do that, son. I said, nah, don't do that. He said, son, fuck that, son. I got family down south, son. Don't worry about it. I can't let y'all niggas get locked up out here, son. Know what I mean? I got family all through the south, son. He said, yo, take me in. So the nigga take his cuffs off. He start getting ready to cuff the nigga soldier up. I said, yo, I just decided to not hold my head and speak. I said, yo, officer, real talk. This is exactly what I told that nigga. I said, yo, officer, real talk. I said, that's some real racist shit you doing. I said, that's some real racist shit. I said, you see a car full of minorities and you automatically assume that we out here committing some type of crime, that we out here breaking the law and selling drugs and moving drugs through your town. I said, we came out here for a wedding, and all you gotta do is pop the trunk and look in the back of the trunk, and you're gonna see a tuxedo. You're gonna see a couple of tuxedos and a wedding dress, you know, and a bridesmaid dress or some shit like that. Whatever dress my baby mom's had with her in that car. I said, you pop that trunk, you're gonna see a tuxedo and you're gonna see clothes and attire for a wedding. I said, you've been on this job for how long? He said, I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been on this job for 20. I said, and in 20 years, you mean to tell me you don't know when somebody's really a drug dealer or not? You can't tell when people are coming out here for vacation and to see family from niggas who's coming out here to move bricks and coke and shit like that? I said, you've been on the job that long and you can't sniff that out in us, that we ain't doing shit? I said, let me tell you something. That little roach you got in your hand, I said, in New York, I said, if you bought that shit in front of a judge in New York, you might lose your job. I said, I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn. I said, where I'm from, police pulling you over, them niggas looking for machine guns, nigga. If you ain't got a machine gun, they don't give a fuck about you. I said, it's real where I come from. Word to everything I love, my nigga. This nigga said, I know about New York cops. I know how it is in New York. I see it on TV. I know how those guys' jobs are. They're real cops out there. I said, yeah, they're real cops. And if they seen you bringing me into a precinct for some shit like this, they will fucking laugh at you and call you a toy cop and a fake cop, because in the streets that they work, shit too serious. I said, them niggas will give me my weed, my crack, and everything else. They looking for machine guns, nigga. I said, so you do whatever you want to do, but I'm letting you know you a joke. I said, you a joke with that shit. I said, you doing some racist shit. You doing this shit to us. You see, we here with a woman. We here with a woman and you scaring us up and doing all of that shit. I said, that's some coward shit. I said, now you gonna take my friend to jail? I said, man, all I'm letting you know is, to a New York cop, you're a joke. Son, I told that nigga that shit, son. That nigga said, like, that nigga ego just was like, I know how New York cops are. He was like, I know how New York cop, I know how I could survive out there if I was a New York cop. Like, his ego just took over the whole shit, bro. And I said my piece and I just got quiet. Whatever, man. You understand what I'm saying? And you know what that nigga did? He looked at us and he said, I'm gonna tell you what y'all gonna do. I thought he was gonna say, turn around, put your hands behind your back. He said, I'm gonna tell you what y'all gonna do. He said, you're gonna get in this car. You're gonna go down straight. You're gonna make a right. You're gonna go down 1 mile. And you're gonna go to that Western Union and you're gonna find the Western Union that y'all was looking for. I forgot to mention that. I had told a nigga we was looking for a Western Union. That's why we stopped. And he said something about that store. He said, did one of y'all go into a store a few miles back? And we was like, yeah, why, what's up? He said, when you come into a store out here, you're an out-of-towner. He said, when you come into an establishment in my town, you better come in there respectful. And that's when I knew them niggas is the niggas who called them. You feel what I'm saying? But we had told a nigga, yo, we looking for a Western Union. We looking for a Western Union. So right when I thought that nigga was gonna say, turn around, sit in the car, wait for my backup to come, we taking y'all to jail, that nigga was like, y'all gonna go down this way, y'all gonna turn left, y'all gonna go a mile, and you're gonna see a Western Union right there. Yo, my nigga, I thank that nigga, bro. I say, yo, man, I appreciate you. Know what I mean? I appreciate you. He was like, yo, it was a misunderstanding. He said, but when you come through these towns, don't come here with your pants sagging and your hat to the side and disrespecting with your language and none of that. You feel me? I said, all right, officer. I said, all right. And that nigga let us go, my nigga. When that nigga drove off, son, niggas just all breathed a sigh of relief like, I said, this nigga soldier was about to take the rap and get locked up out of state and let us go home, man. I said, this nigga's a real motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? When my nigga Sid got clapped, which I'll talk about later on in the story, when my nigga Sid got shot up, that nigga, you know, shots was firing, so niggas was scattering and running. But that nigga came back, threw that nigga Sid on his back while he was shot up, threw that nigga Sid on his back and brought that nigga upstairs to my crib on his back. You feel what I'm saying? That's why we call that nigga Soldier. You heard? It's deeper than busting guns and being a thug in the street. It's about being a real friend. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what that nigga is, bro. You heard? And we made it back to New York, and we was happy as a motherfucker to get back to New York. And I said, I would never, ever, ever drive down south all the way to Florida again, my nigga. Never in a million years. I'm Gucci. I'll stay my ass in New York. Send pictures, let me know how it was. You heard? Z-Man Suicide Polo with the Ski Man. You heard? This is the story of Pottersfield. It's a saga. So bear with me.